Hello everybody, my name is Dixloth and these are the patch notes for Rolling Thunder, patch 3.2. And with that, we got the new god release for Raijin. Let's look at Raijin real quick. Not the most beautiful fella, but he's got drums, bongos, whatever you want to call them. Let's look at his kit first before we get into the rest of the patch. His passive is Static Crescendo. Basically what it does is he has charges. Every 4 charges he gets 30% extra magical power on his next ability, and the charges are stacked up by auto attacks and abilities, so they're stacked up fairly quick in general. First ability is called Percussive Storm. Not gonna read it all out, but basically what it does is 4 line damaging waves coming from him, each of them dealing a decent amount of damage, not that much actually, up to 85, which is fairly low. With 30% scaling though, meaning it can go up to 120% scaling. And they clear the way from what it seems, but stop at the first guard they hit. Has a fairly low cooldown, and also stacks up the passive to a total of 3 charges, which is a little weird given it's 4 waves, but I guess it just doesn't fully charge it. So that's the first ability. Interesting due to the high scaling, so it's going to be very potent if you get enough power, which is quite easy in the current meta. Then we have Raijin. Raijin is basically Raijin's pet. He sends him out, and the pet or ally or whatever you want to call it hides in the enemy's navel, which is kind of weird. It doesn't seem to deal damage at first. It only reveals the target on the minimap, but the next time Raijin damages the target in any kind of way, Raijin wakes up and jumps out. He's clawing his way out, deals up to 260 damage plus 70% scaling. High scalings again. And it also hits up to 4 targets around the main target. Has a little longer cooldown, 18 seconds. And the mark increases in duration if you level it. It's probably not going to be leveled first because it doesn't really help with clearing anything. Gives 1 stack of Static Crescendo, which is not much in comparison, but then again you get them with everything basically. Thunder Crash. This is good. This is a leap, by the way, so I'm happy as an Village player. So basically Raijin sends a lightning bolt down at the location, deals damage, messes the enemy, and then jumps / teleports over there, dealing additional damage in a small AoE. First attack does up to 60 damage with 20% scaling. Second attack does 120 damage with 40% scaling. Still 60 scaling in total. Some CC on it, and a leap, also probably a good escape. So overall, a very good ability. Then we have the ultimate, Taiko Drums, which looks amazing and has a very interesting mechanic. Raijin flies above the battlefield, beating his drum 4 times to summon 4 peals of thunder in rapid succession, whatever. Each a choice of 3 beats, and here we go. You can choose your own beats. Dr. Dre would be happy. You have, like, your whole kit changes. All your abilities turn into the different beats. You can't use another ability by using the old, well, channeling the old in a way, I guess. Instead, you send out these different beats. If you just auto attack, it's going to be beat 1, which is on your first ability as well. But if you use ability 2 or 3, you have different effects. Beat 2 gives you 50% of the normal damage of the ability and a half-second taunt. So up to 2 seconds taunt at level 6, straight up, in the ultimate only, obviously, on a 90-second cooldown. But also in a long, wide line, so you can taunt multiple targets. Very, very strong in that regard. Or you can do the opposite and go for an 0.5 second fear. Fear similar to Hunbat's, basically. Same as Hunbat's. All, like, going to a total of 2 seconds of CC, or you can straight up go for the damage. Interestingly enough, the base damage of this ability is 260 per wave. What, plus 50% scaling. This means you can go over 1,000 base damage on this ability. That's more than Zeus Ultimate. That's more than a full Zeus Ultimate, and it's easier to hit. It's a wide line ability with a little less scaling because you end up with 50% less scaling. So, first thought on this guy. Holy damn, he's got the scalings going for him. He's got a lot of scalings. His base damage is not that high, but he's got really good scalings. This is probably partially to the fact that he generally wants to be in the fray. He needs to build a little bit tanky, most likely. So that kind of compensates for it in a way, I suppose. But I have a feeling his damage, if he goes for like the standard Scylla build that MLC does at the moment, Doom or Book of Thoth and whatever, just throw in Spear of Dezo and Rod and just destroy everything. That could work too well for him if he's supposed to be tanky. But we will see. We will see. Anyways, let's move on. We've got his recolor here. You cannot fully see that. You will move that over real quick. That's annoying. In that case, I'm just going to show you this one again as well. And now we have some other god cards. We have the new Ratatoska, Bastet, and Afro updated. So we've got Ratatoska here. Okay, I guess. Bastet, who gets quite the nice tier 2, I would say. The cats seem to be changed a little bit as well. I haven't seen it in-game. And we have Afro, who gets some mastery skins. I like the style of this card. It's interesting. It's a little different. But I wanted to show you this, because there's actually... Okay, I cannot get rid of that number. Whatever. Oh, there we go. It shows what the skin looks like in-game. And that's amazing, in my opinion. And then Sir Cat gets the new cards. Before you rage about this, I think I figured out why they did that. They changed both of these cards, and I assume, I cannot tell you for sure, but I assume it's because the other ones were too sexual. The focus was too much on the upper area, and they might have gotten some complaints. Alright, moving on. Emotes, achievement, blah. Map-related Conquest. They did not mention this in the patch notes unless I closed my ears for a second. Well, fire elements have a new model. That's great. They still aren't worth anything. Whatever. No point contesting them. And some foliage is nice. Cool. But here's the big change. Borg camp changes. Experience increased from 83 to 110 XP. These are worth as much as the mid-harpies now. They get a little health increase, but that's 65 health each. So your starting choices, your starting decisions regarding clearing should be different now. As a jungler, as a solo laner, as duo possibly. Duo's gonna get more XP, especially Hou Yi bouncers who can just clear these easy. Amazing, amazing. I like that they put this change in. It's gonna change a lot for the jungler because this is the XP that we lacked. Nearly 27 XP more per boar. Let's just run it up to 120 per full rotation across the map, which is definitely a lot early. Really, really good. Really good change. Really happy with this. Maybe do something about the fire metals, but this is gonna help with the XP deficit, especially with their short spawn times. They have a really high value now, and they're like less risky to contest than the mid camps. It changes everything. I'm just gonna say it again. It changes everything. The small number here doesn't seem like much, but it changes everything. Okay, enough of that. Joust, Bull Demon, less lifesteal, blah blah blah. Decreased health in 1v1. Good, 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 good. I haven't played the map enough to really judge it, so I'm just gonna say it's probably good, because lifesteal is always stupid against stuff. Then we have Sunder here. That's what I was looking for. Sunder is gonna move through minions now and hit guards instead, which is nice. I was surprised because that happened to me once and didn't deal damage. But now it's not gonna get blocked by minions. If it's actually that good, only time will tell. It's good against certain targets in certain situations. Let's put it like that. Only Hunter's Garb fix an issue where the stacks would not be removed upon taking magical damage. Good. That was glitched as hell. Adventurous Blade rank 2 now has crowd control reduction instead of cooldown reduction. Simply a leftover from season 2. Little glitch there. Spear of the Magus. And this one is huge again. I'm kind of sad they didn't touch Spear of Desolation. Then again, they said they might touch that later. They might do more big changes to guards and balance and whatever. But this is interesting because this helps tanks a lot. And this is going to be a little problematic for mages because now they kind of have to make the decision. Should I go for the straight flat pen Or should I go Obsidian Shard? Because I'm not going to deal a lot of damage to everyone. What am I going to do against assassins that build into a magical defense item? You can still power stack so hard that you don't even care about pen that much, but it's going to have an impact. So basically what happened is the 10% magical reduction per stack is removed. Instead, Spear of the Magus has 3 stacks, which take a total of 30 magical protection. That's flat protection, not percentage protection anymore. Very different. This is good for, like, still good for ticking dots. It's still got a decent amount of flat pen. But if you want to go for tanky targets, 30 magical protection is just not that much anymore. Then we have some little changes here, which is nice. Bakos, I want to point out Bakos. Bakos, Belch of the God. The screen shake now only applies to enemy guards, allies of Bakos. Rejoice. Long-standing complaint on the Reddits. So I think a lot of people will be happy about that. Especially now that we probably see a little more of Bakos in general. And then we have Centauros Chiron. Fixed this ability, cancelling Capri's ultimate when dying from the state. I thought that was intended, but it's not. However, kind of hope that Chiron gets toned down in other places instead. You know. Anyways, to close up these patch notes, I want to show you something else. I realized I didn't push the screen back. I hope that was okay and you could see everything. Anyways, this Cover Tactician showed us something that was not in the patch notes, but it's going to come out soon. Sol is going to get an Epsilon skin, and I don't like the fact that Sol gets another skin, but I think the skin looks amazing. It's probably going to be like a bluish recolor, but the college jacket really makes it look really nice. Really cool skin. Right, that's it for these patch notes. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. Excited to see Raijin on the PTS. Not so excited to see him in game because I'm kind of afraid that he's gonna hit really hard. But whatever, it's gonna be fun. Kind of glad that he wasn't the next jungle god because I was hoping for someone who looks a little nicer. But I'm still hoping for the jungle god to come eventually because I actually thought that was him. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you next time. Sloth out.